of course, set him up nicely for the gubernatorial race, which he defeated Stacey Abrams in and became the governor of Georgia. So after that happened, Donald Trump, who had pushed for him originally, did the mafioso thing and said, all right, time to help me out. I've been a supporter of yours. Go ahead, give me votes. Now, he didn't directly say that to Brian Kemp, but he has alluded to it with Brian Kemp as well, including other people in the Georgia state administration. When Brian Kemp said absolutely not and spoke out against it, which, by the way, makes him not a good guy, okay? I don't think he's a good guy at all. I don't think that Brian Kemp, Rafflesberger, or however you say his name, I don't think these are like good guys. They're still Republicans, okay? But they are party loyalist Republicans and not necessarily Trump loyalist Republicans. They're party loyalist Republicans who are also smart enough to recognize, like, I don't want to go to fucking jail. So Donald Trump posted this, said a large, complex, detailed, but irrefutable report on the presidential election fraud which took place in Georgia is almost complete and will be presented by me at a major news conference at 11 a.m. on Monday of next week in Bedminster, New Jersey. Based on the result of this conclusive report, all charges should be dropped against me and others. There will be a complete exoneration. This is a continuation of like the classic perfect phone call, which was perfect. Perfect, not in the way that Trump thinks is perfect, but it's perfect to show like criminal conspiracy and fraud. It's perfect in the sense that in the phone call, he actually said the exact number, for example. Like, he didn't actually ballpark it. He didn't say 12,000. He said 11,780 votes. And then followed that up with one more than we have right now, which is, you know, it is perfect for the fucking district attorney. It's perfect for the prosecutorial team. They're like, oh my God, how perfect is this for us? It's a slam dunk case. I have seen a lot of very funny defenses of this. Classic internet hippo meme comes to mind where he once famously said, a lot of what's happening with conservatism in modern day is basically looking at like crimes and then making it seem as though it's not a crime. They'll like Donald Trump and his defenders are saying like, I didn't know it was illegal to make a phone call to a friend on a Sunday afternoon. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not the point. You're saying things that are illegal in the phone call, which is unironically the conservative defense now. People are basically stating, oh, it's illegal to say the election was rigged. Wow. Oh my God. They're coming after you too. It's like, no, they're not coming after you, Deborah. They're not coming after you, Hank. Okay? Like, it's not illegal to say the election was stolen. You've been saying it non-fucking stop since the election was stolen from you by Joe Biden. See, I'm saying it too. Joe Biden stole the election from Donald Trump. Sucks to suck. You got by a fucking corpse. There you go. Arrest me, officers. I've said the election was stolen. Notice how that's not illegal for me to say? Is it because I'm a libtard? No. It's because I'm not saying it in the act of a criminal conspiracy when I'm giving a clear directive to a person in a position of power to behave a certain way that is illegal. There it is. This is the OG. New right-wing thing is describing crimes as generically as possible to pretend like they're not crimes. Someone gets convicted of conspiracy and they start yelling, wow, so it's illegal to make plans with friends now. That's what they're doing. Making fun of Mike Pence is illegal now too, says Jack Posobiec. Calling Mike Pence a wimp is now a felony in the communist state of Georgia, says Cat Turd. Here's some more. Greg Price says, things that are now illegal according to the Georgia indictment. Asking people for phone numbers, reserving rooms in Capitol building, telling people to watch TV, getting people to attend legislative hearings. It's illegal to rob a bank now. It's illegal to go to a bank now. It's illegal to ask for money at a bank. That's what this is. That is literally what this is. And you know what? If you were to ask me in like 2014, 2015, I would have said these guys know what they're saying is not true. That they are being deceptive on purpose because they think this is a good way to deflect away from the main point of contention. In 2023, I'm not so sure. I think they are this stupid. I think literally they are this stupid. I think they have bludgeoned themselves in the head with so much entitlement, so much American exceptionalism, so much American individualism, and so much American dogma that I do legitimately think they are this stupid. Like the family of the guy in Provo, Utah, who very clearly said, I am going to assassinate the president with my M24 that I'm dusting off right now. I'm going to wear a ghillie suit and I'm going to kill him. He's coming to town and I'm going to do all of these things. He said that, right? He posted on Facebook. Then he followed it up by saying, FBI, I know you're watching, come over to my house. I have guns waiting for you. I'll kill you too. That was an invitation for suicide by law enforcement. Okay. That's what that was. Now, every normal person should understand that. And yet, for some reason, there were conservatives who were saying, no, it's his free speech right. Because I do legitimately think people are that stupid now. I do legitimately believe that people are that fucking stupid now. You're catching up finally? No, I think that there was always a lot of stupid people. However, I think the thought leaders on the conservative side were maliciously engaging with them. They were doing it in a cynical way. They were behaving dumber than they actually are because they think it's a deceiving counter. It's a successful counter. I no longer believe that the thought leaders on the right, for the most part, are actually doing this cynically. I think that they are doing it because they're just as stupid.
The indictment includes 41 felony counts and is 97 pages long.
The indictment charges 19 people, including Trump, his former White House chief of...
Who's this lady? What's her name? This is the district attorney, Fani Willis, who is not a great person, in my opinion. I think she's a massive careerist. She's utilized the RICO chart. She's utilized RICO statutes against teachers, but most famously, she's utilized the RICO against YSL. Free Jeffrey, Free Slime. I'm, of course, referencing Young Thug.
Staff Mark Meadows, former lawyer Rudy Giuliani, conservative attorney John Eastman, former Justice Department...
God damn, look at these defendants, dude. This is a sexy-ass list, baby. Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, Mark Meadows, and our boy Kenneth Cheesebro. He's back. Jeffrey Clark, Jenna Ellis, Ray Smith III, Robert Cheeley, Michael A. Roman, David Schaefer, Sean Still, Stephen Lee, Harrison Floyd, Trevian C. Cuddy, and, of course, yet another incredible one, Sidney Powell, as we know. This is also from the federal case as well. Some of these are from the federal case. These are some of the other defendants. Kathy Latham, Scott Hall, Missy Hampton. Now, one thing that I will admit, I do love me a good story. I do love me a good story that starts with America's mayor. America's mayor that got to that position after 9/11, but won that mayoral role by being an aggressive prosecutor. That's right. Rudolph Giuliani was a very famous prosecutor. Famous for what? Famous for tackling organized crime. Using what statute? You guessed it. A motherfucking RICO, baby. If there's one guy that knows RICO's in and out, full circle, we're talking Rudolph Giuliani. You'll love to see it, folks. How the mighty have fallen. This is a very fun story for many different reasons, but that is just one that I personally find really hilarious. One of these people is also a publicist for Kanye West. I don't know exactly which one it is, but that was really funny as well. John Eastman, one of Trump's lawyers that got RICO'd, is going to be disbarred as a lawyer next week in Los Angeles court by the state of California, due to his actions to push false allegations of voter fraud following the 2020 presidential election. The pro-Trump attorney now faces 11 disciplinary charges in an ongoing trial taking place in downtown Los Angeles. Things are not looking good for the Trump people, okay? Especially considering that Donald Trump famously does not care about defending those who have stood by him. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love this shit. I love it. I enjoy it. And you should too. This is a moment where no matter how much of a Maoist third worldist or whatever the fuck you are, you can just sit back and watch a person with profound amounts of power who has been so incredibly and transparently corrupt get what's coming for him by other people that are also uniquely corrupt in their own ways, right? But still, it's like a telenovela. I am libbed up on this day, and I am not ashamed to admit that I'm libbed up on this day. This is my fight song. You know what I mean? I'm Hillary Rodham Clinton.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Rudy Giuliani is one of the defendants.
As I've said time and time again in this perfect phone call, which Donald Trump is right, it was a perfect phone call. He very openly states the exact number, one more vote than what he was losing to Joe Biden by. Now, sorry, when you fucking ask that to a person whose role and responsibility in the election is directly controlling the elections, you're not just simply asking a question. You can't rob a bank and then turn around and be like, I'm just exercising my First Amendment rights. I just wanted to get the money from the bank. What the fuck's going on? As we have used the bank analogy time and time again.
I don't have to be a genius to figure out that those votes are not legitimate votes.
His lawyer called the indictment a book of lies.
I consider this very unfair, very unjust toward me, but much worse toward my country.
The indictment also accuses several defendants of harassing and intimidating Fulton County election worker Ruby Freeman to falsely confess to election crimes. She testified before the House January 6 Select Committee last summer.
Do you know how it feels to have the President of the